To me, that's inspirational, whether it, just listening to Caitlin, her work ethic, it was important to her. And I mean, she's just starting, her round of golf, if her journey. I was
trying to think of who else maybe could play today, especially in women's sports.
What if I told you that one athlete in A, one day could destroy the entire? This isn't the typical definition of a superstar. Hypothetical question, this is exactly what took place after Caitlin Clark's. A woman who changed the course of basketball history, stepped onto a golf course and did the impossible on a Friday morning with a lot of wind, something nobody anticipated being renowned. Clark didn't just play a round of golf. She sent a shockwave throughout the whole realm of sports that Tiger Woods and other left icons are unquestionably unable to speak, and Steph Curry in public startled.
Yeah, all roads lead to the Annika Pro-Am. Trust me, all roads, all cameras, all people will be tuned in for the Annika Pro-Am. Why? To see the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, take over the...
A golfing elite rushed to welcome her. A deafening silence came from the WNBA, the place she called home. Her rivals, Yao Wilson and Angel Reese, had. I have nothing to say. Thus, at this moment, I wish you should consider this. Was Caitlin Clark outgrows her rivals so utterly that they simply couldn't endure to watch her shine? Let me know your hypothesis in the space provided below. RSM Classic Prom was where it all began. Traditionally, this event is a relaxing, celebrity-studded warm-up, a relaxed exhibition with little stakes, and there is a light tone. However, the moment the name of Caitlin Clark was displayed on the player list, that custom was destroyed and supplanted by a media frenzy. The golf community seldom ever sees anyone outside of a big title. The word got out spreading like wildfire on social media, changing a specialized athletic event into the primary occasion. Fans started hours before dawn, lined the road, some of whom have driven through the night only to have the opportunity to take a look at history. The vitality was evident, a blend of interest and steadfast faith from her faithful supporters.
Every media outlet is covering this, and you don't say anything. That's what we were talking about this whole season. We were correct. The fans that were saying that the WNBA seems to be trying to quiet the noise of Caitlin Clark, not letting her shine to her...
Within minutes, all of the tickets were gone, making the most sought-after item in sports, with prices for resale are soaring to levels usually saved for the mass last. Circular. The situation that developed was unheard of. For the first time in the history of the tournament, the audience was Indiana and the black and gold sea of Iowa. Blue jerseys for Fevers. There were further traditional attire and Caitlin Clark jerseys, polo shirts or golf caps. The suppliers were said to have been caught off guard while selling out. List Clark-related goods prior to even the first group teed off. It wasn't only an exuberant environment. It was electrified with the expectation of observing something that has never before observed, a moment of crossover that went beyond sports. As soon as the voice of the announcer came from the Iowa University, now serving as the Indiana Fever. Welcome, Caitlin Clark. The course's hold was palpable. Its breath. There was a group halt, acknowledgement that they weren't just observing a sportsman, but a cultural phenomenon embarking on a completely new stage.
Business is booming when Caitlin is involved. Pro-Am tickets are $25, and event organizers saw demand increase 1,200% for the Pro-Am because of Clark, one of the most popular figures in the sports world. 1,200%. Oh, it's because of me too. No, it's not. No, it's not.
This was not merely a golf competition. A Caitlin Clark was involved. Show, as well as everyone present, knew something was going to be seen. That would be discussed for years to come. Come on. The moment of truth then arrived. Her initial drive. The atmosphere was heavy with attention, typically saved for an unexpected death playoffs. As she entered thousands of admirers fell into a tee box. Quiet, such total reverence. You could hear the soft breeze sweeping across, through the grass and the call in the distance. The bird. Everyone's gaze was fixed on a girl wearing a golf skirt. A driver is held by a basketball star. She completed her pre-shot regimen with a concentration that seems to block out the whole world. Following that with a swing that was really athletic and unexpectedly accurate for a novice, she linked the clear, explosive crack of when the club struck the ball. It reverberated like a thunderclap on the immaculate green. A noise that marks the beginning of a new force. The ball shot into a flawless, strong arc. A white missile fired at a sky that is clear and blue, flying through the air, with an apparent predestined goal. After safely landing past the 270-yard mark, a separation that's remarkable for an amateur in any season, let even a newcomer to the sport. The throng burst into a torrent of undiluted, pure happiness and surprise. Reporters rushed to find, anxious to be the first to use their phones to break the news. Flashes on the camera illuminated like 1,000 paparazzi on the course.
The W, just the presence alone of Caitlin Clark, they understand what that could do for their sport. They understand that, let's say 1,000 new eyeballs, 10,000 new eyeballs show up. If only they could get a fraction of those new eyeballs to become fans, they understand that's a win.
Tiger Woods, observing from the sidelines while holding a knowing grin, was observed with a glance of utter appreciation, a nod of silence from one GOAT to someone who might be interested. Curry Steph afterward claimed that the initial swing was the best ever seen. Accolades from a fellow combination of basketball and golf that carried enormous weight. Almost immediately, news from ESPN and Golf Digest flooding online, referring to her as a innate ability to cross over and announcing that she had just permanently altered the game of golf. However, this sudden and overwhelming compliments from the golf community stood in striking disparity in the way she was treated, received throughout the WNBA season. A league that some claimed was determined to reducing her noise instead of making it louder, a contrasting image that was not lost on the audience. And that's where the narrative adopts a contentious time, since the golf community celebrated making highlight reels, memes, and
Clark's name affiliated with the event. They know the pub that is going to bring and everything that's going to come with it. So obviously they are going to do what's best for business. Unlike the WNBA, let's be clear here. It's just so funny. And I said this in a video.
Two distinct voices from the world of basketball was noticeably, incredibly absent. Angel and Aya Wilson. Rhea had been so outspoken and abrasive. The WNBA season provided not a simple congratulatory note on any of their social media accounts. This wasn't merely a small mistake. For many, it validated a trend that had previously brewing for several months. There was a cold war on the hardwood and in the press. All season long, Clark was put through a physical ordeal of difficult, ostentatious birds, some of which were subsequently improved by the league after review, and was openly referred as favored in a manner that appeared to disregard her talent and hard effort. She was frequently the focus of intense personal trash talk, while some fans and the league itself was deemed unsuccessful by analysts to promote her record-breaking, historic, her rookie campaign with the passion well-earned, frequently concentrating on group efforts rather than her own draw. The quiet following her golf victory seemed to be the last incriminating detail of the puzzle, as though her accomplishment in an additional sport, a field in which her pure athleticism was undeniable, was the ultimate proof of her distinct, tremendous celebrity, a level of fame that a few of her colleagues inside the league was unwilling to completely accept or perceived as a threat. The admirers who had contended all season that there was a intentional, well-coordinated endeavor to humble. According to Caitlin Clark, they had been validated. Their hypothesis is currently bolstered by this revealing silence from her most notable opponents on the court. In the meanwhile, Clark's reception from the golf industry was unable to been more dissimilar, telling a story of two sports, although she was frequently treated similar to a stranger in her own field, a novice who had to be placed in her location, where she was greeted as queen on the green. Superstar Nelly Korda of the LPGA, the #1 player in the world, directly approached Clark on the range of practice and informed her, "You're welcome here. You belong here." An inclusive gesture that was quite powerful. Maria Fassi, another elite player, stated, "Reporters that Caitlin exudes pure energy, and that she's the source of the fire we've been absent," emphasizing the advantages she could have an effect that goes beyond the ticket sales. It wasn't merely being courteous. It was a keen strategic understanding of her star power over generations and its enormous opportunity for game expansion. The golf world, frequently perceived as stagnant and conventional, knew the business. She may bring a tsunami. They observed the concrete, a clear 1,200% increase in demand for tickets, and was aware that even a small portion of Clark's millions of admirers might develop into new, devoted devotees of playing golf, purchasing goods, and observing broadcast, as well as going to upcoming events. In contrast to the W, which some detractors claim messed up the bag by not completely taking advantage of her arrival, the PGA, and a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for LPGA chance and proactively implemented the red carpet. A rising tide was seen to them, which could raise every boat, and they decided to commemorate it. A company choice that also seemed like a sincere embracing a unique athlete. But the real turning point in history, the one that would make this day a part of sports history, was still to come. The scene was set up on Hole 7, a difficult long par, which has a small fairway and a protected green, a gap that even veteran PGA players occasionally found it difficult to conquer, which frequently results in bogeys or worse. The crowd, still humming from her previous drives, once more slipped into an quiet of anticipation, the pressure growing with every stride she took in the direction of her ball. Clark, showing off a lovely, natural serenity, positioned her shot, and her eyes focused on a distant target in the separation. She took a close look, breath, one instant of total focus, and made a swing. The communication was honest. The ball flew, a flawless white against the wide blue sky. Its trajectory that is strong and faultless, attracting gas from the spectators as it flew. It came to rest in front of the green with a soft, hopeful thump. And then, seemingly under the direction of an unseen hand, it started rolling, 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 moving straight for the pin and reaching a heart-stopping halt just inches away from the cup. A tap-in birdie that felt more like an eagle. The gas within the audience erupted into a shout of unadulterated admiration and incredulity, a combined the letting go of fear. After she completed the scoreboard informed the 13 below par. Amazing story. Caitlin Clark had performed admirably. The previous PAM had been broken by her document, publishing a figure that would have competed in the main competition. There was no denying the business impact, and immediately measurable. Event planners subsequently disclosed that the prom demand, tickets, typically inexpensive, simple, to get a fare has exploded by 1,200%, only because of Clark. Tiger Woods. A later analysis of the shot was heard, referring to it as one of the most pristine, I've never seen such assured swings from a non-pro. The final approval seal from the individual who revolutionized the game itself. With this significant accomplishment, the public perception of Caitlin Clark experienced a long-lasting and significant change, a profound shift in perspective that transpired in real time throughout a digital environment. Social media didn't simply buzz. It burst into a full-fledged moment in culture. Caitlin Clark, a golfer, topped the global trending list on Twitter. However, that was only the starting. TikTok and Instagram were overflowing with videos of her swing. The shout of the audience, and that almost magical put on the entire 7 memes that contrast her with renowned multi-sport athletes such as Deion Sanders and Jackson became viral. On debate shows, sports analysts were compelled to change their typical subjects to analyze the significance of all of this. Regarding sports' future, the